Welcome, chess enthusiasts, to an electrifying clash on the grand stage of the tournament hall. Today, we're witnessing an epic battle between Iquan_Nazir, rated 287, and Dishilch rated 321. Let's dive into the moves and explore the brilliant strategies employed by these players. 1. E4 E5. The game begins with the classical king's pawn opening, setting the stage for a balanced and strategic battle. 2. Nf3 Nf6. We see a Pirc Defense, an opening known for its solid and symmetrical nature, often leading to complex and strategic positions. 3. Nc3 D6. White develops another knight, aiming for a strong center, while black fortifies the E5 pawn. The Pirc Defense, modern defense, Geller system is a flexible and dynamic opening choice for black, characterized by the moves 1, E4 D6 2, Nf3 Nf6 3, Nc3 E5. Let's break down this opening and explore its ideas, strategies, common tactics, and possible variations. Opening breakdown. 1. E4 D6. The Pirc defense begins with 1. E4 D6. Black's intention is to adopt a hypermodern approach, allowing white to occupy the center with pawns and planning to counterattack it later. This move prepares to develop the knight to f6 and the bishop to g7, supporting the center from a distance. 2. Nf3 Nf6. White develops a knight to f3, attacking the e5 square and preparing to castle kingside. Black responds with nf6, attacking the e4 pawn and preparing to challenge white's center. 3. Nc3 E5. White develops the knight to c3, reinforcing the e4 pawn and exerting influence over the d5 square. Black plays e5, challenging white's center directly and opening lines for the pieces. Ideas and strategies. Hypermodern approach. The Pirc defense is a hypermodern opening. Black allows white to build a strong pawn center with the aim of undermining and attacking it later. This approach often leads to rich and complex positions. Flexible pawn structure. The pawn structure in the Pirc defense is flexible, allowing black to adapt based on white's setup. The pawn on d6 supports the e5 pawn and allows for potential pawn breaks with c6 and d5. Piece activity. Black aims to develop the pieces to active squares, with the knight on f6 attacking the e4 pawn and the bishop potentially fianchettoed on g7 to exert pressure on the center and queenside. Common tactics and plans. Pawn breaks. Black often looks for pawn breaks like c6 and d5 to challenge white's center. Timing these breaks correctly is crucial for counterplay. Piece coordination. Coordinating pieces is key. The knights often aim for central squares like d7, f6, and c5, while the bishops can be placed on g7 and e7 or d6. King safety. Black typically castles kingside to ensure king safety, while maintaining flexibility in the pawn structure. Move variations and implications. 4. D4 EX D4 5. NX D4. If white pushes with 4. D4, black can exchange pawns with EX D4, leading to an open game where both sides need to be cautious about piece activity and king safety. 4. B flat 5 BD7. Another common move is 4. BB5, forcing black to make a decision about the bishop on d7. This can lead to exchanges that simplify the position, or black can play c6, challenging the bishop and preparing to expand on the queenside. 4. G3. White can also opt for a fianchetto setup with g3, aiming to control the center with pieces rather than pawns. This leads to a slower, more positional game where both sides maneuver for key squares. Overall game implications. The Pirc defense, modern defense, Geller system often leads to rich, complex positions full of dynamic possibilities. It requires a good understanding of pawn structures and piece coordination. The flexibility of black's setup allows for various plans depending on how white proceeds, making it a versatile and resilient choice for players who enjoy counter-attacking and strategic play. In conclusion, mastering the Pirc defense involves understanding hypermodern principles, knowing common pawn breaks, and coordinating your pieces effectively. It's an opening that can surprise your opponents and offer many chances for creative play. Continue to the game. 4. H3 NC6. White's move h3 is a bit unusual here, perhaps preparing to prevent bg4, while black continues developing pieces naturally. 5. bc4 nh5. White's bishop comes to c4, targeting the f7 pawn, but black's nh5 is an aggressive choice, possibly looking to push f5 soon. 6. d3 g6. White solidifies the center with d3, and black prepares for a kingside fianchetto with g6, adding more control over the dark squares. 7. a3 f6. White's a3 move is likely preparing b4, looking to expand on the queenside, while black's f6 move is aiming to support g5. 8. b6. White castles, ensuring the king's safety, and black prepares to develop the bishop with b6. 9. n5 rb8. White's knight jumps to d5, an aggressive and centralizing move. Black responds with rb8, possibly preparing to push b5. 10. b4 g5. White pushes b4, initiating queenside expansion, while black advances g5, aiming to create an aggressive pawn structure on the kingside. 11. nx g5 fx g5. White sacrifices a knight on g5, opening up the position and creating chaos. Black accepts the knight, hoping to defend against the attack. 12. qx h5 kd7. White's queen takes on h5, delivering a check. Black moves the king to d7, stepping out of the check and connecting the rooks. 13. bx g5 b7. White's bishop takes on g5, threatening the rook and keeping the pressure. Black develops the bishop to e7, attempting to defend. 14. nf6 bx f6. White's knight jumps to f6 with a check, a brilliant move sacrificing the knight to open up the position further. Black takes the knight with the bishop. 15. qf7 b7. White's queen moves to f7 with another check, forcing black's king to move again. Black blocks with b7. 16. b6. And it's over. White's bishop moves to e6, delivering a beautiful checkmate. A stunning and swift victory for Ikhwan_Nazir. What an exhilarating game. The aggressive play by White, coupled with brilliant sacrifices and precise execution, created a relentless attack that Black couldn't withstand. This match showcased the importance of piece activity and the power of coordinated attacks. It's a reminder of how critical it is to stay vigilant and proactive in both defense and attack. Analyzing the game between Ikhwan_Nazir and Dishilch we can derive several strategic lessons and insights into the players' thought processes. Let's break down key moments and decisions from the game. Game analysis. 1. e4 e5 2. nf3 nf6 3. nc3 d6 4. h3 nc6 5. bc4 nh5. Opening moves. White starts with the classical 1. e4, aiming for a central control and rapid piece development. Black responds with 1. e5, entering a symmetrical opening. The game continues into a 4 knights-like setup with both sides developing knights to natural squares. Strategic considerations. By 5. nh5, black makes a dubious move, placing the knight on the rim, which is less effective. This move neglects central control and allows white to gain a tempo by attacking the knight later. 6. d3 g6 7. a3 f6 8. b6. King safety and development. White focuses on solidifying the center with 6. d3 and prepares for kingside castling. Black's moves 7. f6 and 8. b6 are less conventional and weaken the kingside. Strategic considerations. Black's pawn moves, especially f6 and b6, create weaknesses and fail to contribute to piece development. White castles to ensure king safety while black's king remains in the center. 9. n5 rb8 10. b4 g5. Initiating an attack, white's 9. n5 aims to exploit black's weakened dark squares and potentially double black's pawns. Black's 10. g5 is aggressive but premature, weakening the kingside even further. Strategic considerations. White is correctly targeting black's weaknesses and preparing for a strong kingside attack. Black's moves are overly aggressive without adequate preparation, leaving the king vulnerable. 11. nx g5 fx g5 12. qx h5 kd7 13. bx g5. Exploiting weaknesses, white sacrifices the knight with 11. nx g5 to open up lines against black's king. The move 12. Qx-h5 puts immediate pressure on the king, and 13. Bxg5 takes advantage of the open h-file. Strategic considerations: white's sacrifice is justified by the exposed position of black's king. By opening lines and exploiting weaknesses, white gains a decisive attack. 14. Nf6 bxf6 15. Qf7 b7 16. b6. Checkmate. White coordinates pieces effectively to deliver checkmate. The final moves demonstrate precise calculation and understanding of the attacking principles. Strategic considerations: white's move 14. Nf6 is a powerful double check, forcing black's pieces into defensive positions and leading to a checkmate with 16. b6. Lessons learned: 1. Piece activity over pawn moves. Black's early pawn moves like 5, nh5 and 7, f6 were inefficient and neglected piece development. Prioritizing piece activity and development over pawn moves is crucial, especially in the opening phase. 2. King safety. Ensuring the safety of the king is paramount. Black's delayed castling and unnecessary pawn moves left the king vulnerable to white's coordinated attack. 3. Exploiting weaknesses. White's moves were aimed at exploiting black's weaknesses, particularly on the king side. Identifying and targeting opponents' weaknesses is a key strategy in chess. 4. Sacrificial attacks. White's knight sacrifice on g5 was a well-calculated decision, opening up lines for the queen and bishop to deliver a devastating attack. Sacrifices are effective when they lead to a concrete advantage, such as exposing the opponent's king. 5. Coordination of pieces. The final moves showcase the importance of piece coordination. White's pieces work together harmoniously to deliver checkmate, emphasizing the power of coordinated attacks. In summary, this game highlights the importance of piece activity, king safety, exploiting weaknesses, and the potential of sacrificial attacks. These strategic considerations are fundamental to improving as a chess player and mastering the complexities of the game. Thank you for joining us in this chess spectacle. If you have any games you'd like analyzed, feel free to share them with us. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more fantastic chess content. And if you have any suggestions for future videos or just want to chat about the game, leave a comment down below. Until next time, keep striving for checkmate and I'll see you in the next video.